think we've all made the mistake of seeing something online that you think looks incredible. Perhaps you've seen your favorite person, your favorite influencer talk about online, and you trust everything they say, and then you buy it and it's one of the most disappointing things you have ever used. I've made a few of those mistakes very recently, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Some of the most disappointing purchases I won't be remaking, and I regret severely. So let's get into it. If you have any purchase regrets you've made recently, let me know down below in the comments. Make me know I'm not alone. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up. Does that sound my teeth? No? Okay, my first regret purchase. I don't know if I'm gonna call this purchase regrets or not worth rebuying, but it's the same thing. I feel the same way. Is this from MAC. This is their Skin Finish Light Struck. Is that what it's called? Light Struck. Yeah, liquid highlighter. I'm so disappointed in this because online, it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like this luminous glow, this really soft, gentle glow to the skin, like it's from within, right? Even the swatches, although some of them look quite intense, they look like you can sheer them out to something really subtle and cute. So I see this online. I see it on Instagram. I see some people really hyping it up. Look how beautiful the glow looks, and it really did look stunning. I go to the website. It's described as a liquid highlighter with 24-hour hydration. This multi-use must-have reflects light from every angle, leaving the skin with a luminous gleam. Remember those words, luminous and gleam. Blends seamlessly and layers well with makeup. 12-hour radiance. Hydrating liquid. I'm telling you all this because I'm going to get to the point of why I really hate this product. Hydrating liquid highlighter, multi-use, sheer buildable coverage, glass-like shine. Meet the highlight of your life. Make every feature your most striking with our new, it says new really loud, multi-use liquid highlighter that reflects light from every angle, leaving skin with a luminous gleam. This good for skin formula features 85% skincare ingredients and delivers 24-hour hydration and 12-hour radiance for a glass skin effect that lasts and lasts. Now here's the bit I wish I read sooner. Comes in 9 lustrous shades, each turned on by a brilliant complex blend of radiant pigments and pearlescent particles. Now, striking the perfect balance of luster, opacity, and blurring color. Now here's where I'm not happy. Pearlescent to me means a soft glow, that shine, that pearlescent, like, oh, it shifts, right? Pearlescent, glow, radiance, to me, does not mean glitter. It does not mean glitter. This is a glittery highlighter. Nowhere online does it mention glitter. Right, so when I first tried this, look at it on my hand. Stunning. It's really, really nice. It looks very, very natural, especially when I put it on my hand here. You can see it has that really nice glow to it. Now listen, I'm in white lighting right now. Take this into yellow lighting. It is shimmer, it is glitter, it is horrible. I hate glitter. I do not think glitter is a highlight. Glitter is visibly glitter. In the lips, great. Glittery highlight, fine. It is a glittery highlight. This is glitter. So I would have put this on my face, been like, oh, it looks so nice and shiny, and then gone to like a restaurant or something where a lot of the time lighting is yellow, or gone to, I don't know, anywhere with a yellow lighting, and it would literally be glittery on my face. So you might be thinking, all right, calm your shit, like it's just glitter. No, I hate glitter. I despise glitter. I have a phobia of glitter. It's not so much, like I'll have it in my eyeshadow, I'll have it in my lips, but when it's on your face, it just doesn't go. It gets all in your hairline. You can shower, you can wash your face, you can burn your face off. Glitter will last forever. If I want a highlight, I do not want glitter. So please, if you are selling a product with glitter, tell us there is glitter involved. A waste of money, an absolute waste of money. Okay, next up is a product I was actually kind of like really hyped up about. It takes a lot for me to be really hyped up about skincare, right? I either have to experience the change, experience a difference in my face to be like, wow, this is incredible, or or know somebody who's used it, has had a really good time with it. This is the PHA 5% exfoliating lip serum from The Ordinary. I saw this everywhere. I saw this everywhere on Instagram. I saw people I knew posting about it. I loved it. It was bright pink. That's not the only reason I wanted it, but I was in the need for a really good lip exfoliator that wasn't so physical, that would just sort out my lip. I was excited about this. This was a product I was waiting for launch day. Like, I was like, sign me up for emails, which I never got. I want to get this as soon as it's available. So they describe it as a gentle chemical-based lip exfoliator with 5% polyhydroxy acids, glucosilactone, I can't say that, to smooth and hydrate the lips. This is their before and after. It looks realistic, and my lips aren't that bad, so I just thought, you know, it will smooth out quite a bit. And they kind of say it's much better than using like a physical exfoliant on the lip, which I'm not really sure about. So there's a few things that annoyed me about this one. First of all, I used it for a while every other day and it didn't do anything to my lips. Nothing changed at all. In fact, my lips are drier. I don't think it's because of this product. Maybe it's a change in weather, but it didn't even keep them to their like normal level of crustiness or non-crustiness. But also the directions weren't so clear, right? Basically, every other day you apply a little bit on your lip and rub it in and that's it. It's an exfoliator. But then I was kind of confused. I was like, is that it? Do I apply a lip balm? Do I not? Because here's what happened, right? So how to use on their website says to apply a thin layer onto clean, dry lips on alternate evenings, as needed. Allow the product to dry. Apply lip balm as needed throughout the day. If irritation occurs, rinse off, fine. Use only as directed on unbroken skin. Avoid contact with eyes. Patch testing, etc. Keep out reach of children, and to use a sunscreen or lip balm. So I was like, okay, do I use a lip balm afterwards? Like, that wasn't clear on their website. However, on their Instagram, it says, layer it under our squalene and amino acids lip balm to help retain moisture overnight. Why is that not a direction on your website or on the product itself? Why is that not part of a direction? Could that be a reason actually why my lips got worse? Again, I'm not blaming this product, but should I have been applying lip balm directly after this? And it says apply throughout the day, but you use this at night. But I'm using this at night. So I was like, okay, if I put lip balm on top now, is it gonna ruin it? I'm not like a great skincare person, and I think that's why a lot of people go to The Ordinary, because it's very straightforward usually. Also, where's the color gone? But I was just really, really, really disappointed in this. In terms of it didn't really do anything for me. The directions could have been clearer. The squalene and amino acid lip balm though is incredible. I love this product. Like, I would rebuy that again. However, the lip exfoliator I would not buy again. I think it was a waste of money. But and you know what? The Ordinary seemed to be doing this thing recently. Was it them or the Inculus? I think it was The Ordinary, where they've released some products where I'm like, that's kind of questionable. That's kind of questionable. And I have seen some skincare experts talking about it being like the same kind of thing. So I'm just a little bit like, oh, maybe it was overhyped. Maybe it wasn't believable. Maybe it wasn't. I just thought The Ordinary were very to the point and direct with their ingredients, you know what I mean? So I actually don't have this product anymore because I threw them away. Some of you may have seen me. I need to find the video where I use them. These are the Ardell Naked Lashes 421. And these are probably some of the worst lashes I've ever used in my life. And let me just start by saying this. I apply lashes all the time, to myself, to other people. I find it very easy. However, when the rib of these lashes is so flimsy and out of control that they were like this. It was like trying to put I don't know how to describe it. They just weren't good. The quality just wasn't there. I do like Ardell lashes. I actually think they do some great choice of lashes. They describe these as adding subtle volume and length to your natural lashes, which I don't agree it's subtle. I actually think they're quite big. There's nothing really subtle about this shape with your natural lashes underneath. This isn't subtle. It's not overly dramatic, but compared to some lashes, but it's not subtle because, you know, you have this lash and then your lashes fit underneath that. So you're going to have quite a full lash. I saw this shape though, and I saw the ends of these lashes, and I love it when you have this like double end like this, or when they look like it could be real hair. That's what I really liked about them. And I thought it was really nice. Just the application of these lashes. Your rib of your lash needs to be somewhere in between too hard and too soft. It needs to be that perfect balance. It can't be solid or anything like that. And yes, there are some tricks to loosen them up, wrapping them around a brush or loosen them up like this. But when it is too soft, when the rib is too flimsy, you don't have much control. And they tend to like, you know, do this and you on one lash. And even like the ends, when you pull them out of the packaging, when you take them out, can ruin the shape. They can just go like this. And then you have these horrible like lashes that are just flapping around everywhere. I was really disappointed in these. These really pissed me off actually, because I popped them on and I was like, nah. So listen, I've been having some really issues. A lot of issues with my under eyes recently. In terms of, I don't know what it is. I've been really dehydrated. Ever since I went on the trip last month or the month before, I can't remember what it was. My skin, my lips, I have been so dehydrated. Moisturized, but dehydrated from within. And my under eyes have really been showing that, especially when I've been wearing makeup. You know, makeup can only do so much. Your skin needs to be in good condition too. So I was like, what can I use under my eyes that's quite rich, but not overly rich, that my concealer can't sit on top? Then I started thinking about all the brands, all the things that is too rich for my skin. And then I was shopping and I saw Bobbi Brown's Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which I hate on my skin. It makes me feel like I'm sweating. It's far too rich. It's way too much for my oily skin. Even in the dehydrated areas, it just sits on top of my skin. It never absorbs or anything like that, which kind of tells me that it's way too much for my skin. Not that it needs to fully absorb, you know, it does need to leave a bit of a texture on top, but it's just way too much for my skin. I don't know if you've ever used skincare, you've put it on, it's like, why does it feel like I'm sweating? Like you actually come out in a sweat. But I saw they did an under eye primer, Vitamin Enriched Eye Base, moisturizing under eye primer. This costs about, I think it was like 40 or 50 pounds or dollars. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it because I wear concealer all the time on these videos, but also when I pop out, also when I go out somewhere, I might put a tiny bit of concealer under my eye and a bit of a cushion foundation. It's one of the only things I wear in terms of makeup when I go out. And I was like, you know what? It is kind of too rich on my skin, but that's really what I need under my eyes at the moment, is this rich, super hydrating formula. Now, I know it wasn't going to be as rich as the face base because you don't want to put something overly rich under the eyes. You risk things like milia and stinging sensation under the eyes. But then I read up about it. They describe it as it smooths, plumps, and hydrates for perfect corrector and concealer prep. Which I was like, great. I could just imagine these hyper smooth, these hyper soft under eyes, really hydrated, really moisturized. And they say you can use it around the whole orbital bone to help give the eye area like a plumping boost, right? This is like serum. It is like a serum. The formula itself isn't that rich, kind of like vitamin enriched base we're used to. I mean, that's absorbed already. That's gone. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. It feels dry. It feels dry on my skin. It has shea butter, squalene, vitamin E. You're telling me it's gonna plump and smooth? It doesn't have time to because it's absorbed straight into my skin. I'm so disappointed in this product. Like I really wanted something as it is described, as that richness, that smoothness. You know, Bobbi Brown is really targeted at a particular age range, probably my age upwards. So 35, 36 up to like any age plus, right? So there are some points in our lives where we do want that extra hydration and that extra boost of moisture. I could use any other eye cream and it will give me more hydration and more moisture than this. I am so disappointed with the ingredients in there, the vitamins, everything it claims to have and do. Bullshit. It is not good. It is not good. I feel like if you just want a regular eye primer or concealer primer, do you ever get, I just sometimes get this feeling someone's watching me, sorry. I know there isn't, it's just me being paranoid. I just watched a load of horror videos and yeah, I think it'll be good if you don't need that excessive moisture. If you just want something that kind of like helps to kind of like hydrate the area ever so slightly. But if you are looking for more moisture, if your concealer creases easily because of a lack of moisture, if you are crepey under the eye, this is not it. This is not going to help you in any way. It's far too quickly absorbed. I just don't like it. That's not a reflection on a brand of Bobbi Brown. This is something I would probably keep in my professional kit. That kind of product I would have in there because it's quite multi-purpose. I would use that on dehydrated skin around the nose, for example, because it's not excessively hydrating. It's not going to hang around on the skin, but it's going to hydrate and kind of keep more of an oil-free base for foundation. Whereas around my eyes, on the under eye, I want that extra moisture. I would use a tiny, tiny amount of oil under the eye because that's where we want that hydration and that nourishment. And it just does not deliver. Okay, those are my disappointments, my regret. Let me know if there's anything in this video that you've used that you're like, what are you talking about? That's a great product. Maybe I'll give it a second chance. Maybe I'll give it a second chance. Let me know if there's anything you have really regretted buying down below in those comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and I will see you very, very soon.